Hi there, I'm Teresa Sigmund. Thanks for joining us today. You are in the right place to learn how to design, choose, or make a dress that suits your body shape and size so you always look and feel fabulous. I am so excited to have Bree with me today. She's one of the local instructors in the Portland, Oregon area, and we are remaking this ball gown that I made her a few years ago. Now, this dress has a really neat history behind it because when we originally made it, we made it out of very stretchy, body-shaping, comfortable fabric because she knew she wanted to get pregnant. So she has danced in this dress when she was with child, and she looks just as beautiful then as she does now. But our body shapes change, our tastes change, and Bree wants to go in with this dress and just change the look of it up. Because she's an instructor, she wears this with her students, and tanning is a real pain, as most of you know. So we are going to cover a large portion of this with mesh. One, so that she stays a little warmer. Two, because she feels more comfortable in that stage, at this point in time in her life, and so that she doesn't have to go to the trouble of tanning. So let's go through all the things that are really pretty darn cool about this dress. Now, as with every dress that I've made, this is a one-of-a-kind dress. I particularly love the neckline here. We've got about 4 or 5 different colors of greens and blues in it. Love this. We are going to go in and put some black fabric just in this bottom sheer row. Now, when the dress was first made, she was wearing it for a professional show. So, displaying cleavage and things like that was not a problem. Now she only wears it for Pro-Am. So going for a more modest look makes her feel more comfortable. So we're gonna come in with the same black fabric, which is why I keep scraps, and we're gonna cover this bottom section, but leave the upper sections with her beautiful skin exposed. Now, Bree also has bracelets with this, which will be nice when we go in and cover this with some sheer black mesh. Then you'll still see the bracelets on that. This little touch here, I'm going to shift a little bit. Bree, like myself, is very small busted typically. But as, post-child, she's a little bustier now than she used to be. And so I'm going to change the shape of this because it looks a little too low on her now. We're going to go and change the bra cup size to make it fit her better now, and change the way this drape looks so that it looks higher as opposed to pulling down low, which it's prone to doing at the moment. So we're going to make a couple of those adjustments just to keep the girls looking high. I love that phrase Bette Midler says, keep the girls high and dry. Anyway, we're going to do that on this dress. Everything in here fits really, really nicely. This very matte dance crepe is covered in jet stones. I love the look of this because it gives the contrast of shiny with matte, which is good because she gets the sparkle needed on the dance or the skate floor, but she doesn't add body volume because the fabric is matte. Now I'm going to give you some close-ups of this skirt. I love this. It is a shredded chiffon skirt, so it has so much texture. Now, unfortunately with black, it doesn't show up the best on camera. However, it's got all these little shredded chiffon pieces and this really cool applique stitching on it. I did not make this fabric, I bought it like this, but it did inspire me to make other sort of 3D skirts like this. It's a really fun look. Now, this skirt is sitting low on the hips, which is not something that I've talked about, I don't think, in any of my other video blogs thus far. Now, this actually qualifies as basic sewing because it's essentially a leotard with a skirt attached. And so I cover how to do things like this in the basic sewing program because there's a whole lot going on, but all the steps when you break them down individually are really very easy to do. So, and it just depends on how you flash it up and what you add. Now let's go ahead and have Bree turn sideways. Now what we're going to do, raise your arms just if you would please. Now she does not like this look the way it settles in right underneath the lat. And when we add the mesh, we're going to cover up most of her back, and you'll of course see the before and the afters, or you see the before now, you'll see the after. When I do the mesh, I'm going to come in and the mesh will help pull this up and make it hit more in the middle of her lat so she feels less exposed and less fleshy that way. And overall, as a general rule, it really fits quite nicely. So if you were consider buying this for your dance or skate dress, I think this is a really very nice fit. We're going for just personal preference here. Once again, another option if you did not want mesh, because Bree has beautifully smooth skin, you can come in with black. I would do black straps to keep the necklace the focus in this dress, but we could come in with some black decorative straps and run a series of them here. That would give her some support as well as keep this up. But once again, we're also talking for warmth and not having to tan, so we're going to stick with the mesh. The straps are just ideas for you. Keep turning. Really simple back, which is great because it's looks like an evening gown. I mean, she could pretty much wear this out, with the exception that we're missing quite a bit of stones. She could wear this out, you know, to an evening function and feel very elegant and beautiful in it. Perhaps a little overdressed unless everybody else was wearing stones, but it's really beautiful, simple, elegant is the point. Okay, once again, the skirt sits low right here, very easy to do. Now go ahead and keep turning. Because Bree also wears this as a standard dress, go ahead and keep turning please. With her students, we do have detachable floats. There is an underskirt that goes underneath it, which is blue, yes? Okay. And then 2 shades of blue chiffon floats. And so I'll give you a picture of that as well, just so you can see how the whole kit and caboodle works together. But that is it for this video. We're going to do some work, come back, and you will see the after and what a big change it makes once we add on some mesh sleeves to this. We'll see you again soon. We've worked some magic behind the scenes, Bree and I have, and we've added mesh sleeves to this, which look lovely. So what this did is it converted it from looking like a really beautiful evening gown to what's really a classic dance or skate dress. And when I say skate dress, I'm of course not talking about the skirt. I'm talking from about the waist up, really. And then let's go ahead and have you turn around. Now this is not finished at the moment. So right now I left really big seam allowances in here just in case I needed to make the keyhole smaller. But so the big seam allowances will be trimmed off, and of course the lovely safety pins will go away. They are not permanent decoration. But this will be a nice shaped keyhole on her. We've got a nice smooth fitting, no seam over the shoulder. Go ahead and keep rotating. And what this does, go ahead and keep going, with all this support is it really just holds the leotard up where we want it to go, and it also stops anything from shifting around. So before she had, the entire dress was supported just by the halter neck. Now she's evenly supported across the back, across the bust, and all over the place. So mesh sleeves, or we could do this out of Lycra if we wanted to, are really great about offering that kind of like, well, pantyhose for the arms, as I have one client call them. But if you'll remember back to about 2 minutes ago, video time, I said that we were going to add a piece here to cover up so she didn't feel like she had so much cleavage showing. Well, neither one of us liked it. We gave it a big thumbs down, and I want to show you photos of what that looks like. So in this first photo, you'll see we've got solid black in there, and in that particular photo we both thought it looked very affected. Now it will look a little different once the rhinestones are on it and it makes it sparkly. However, it still looks like something was added. In photo number 2, which is the mesh, it gets better. It looks a little more natural, but still, not quite there. It still looks like we added something. So we're back to the real dress now. We decided to just go for skin. We did change out the bra cups, which is good. So we gave her a more natural look there. And so she feels more comfortable with that. We're toying around with other options to give her a more modest look without being covered up. We did also try flesh colored mesh. And I'm like, you're not 80. Let's not go there. because it really was just too modest. So, but that is it. I think this is a really beautiful transition. It looks like the sleeves have always been here. They don't look like they were added at all. So that's really nice. And it's fantastic that we can take a dress and then change the look of it so easily with sleeves. And one last tip before I close out this video. Speaking of changing things, let's say you were wanting to buy this dress used, or you were wanting to buy this dress used, and you absolutely love the bust line, love the neckline because it's a really unique piece, but you don't want it as a ball gown. The really fantastic thing, you know how I said earlier on, this is what I consider basic sewing, where the skirt attaches to the leotard. All you would have to do to convert this into a Latin, a country, or a skate dress, remove the ball gown skirt and put on another skirt of your choice, and then you have a completely different dress. So Bree, if you ever get tired of wearing this as a ball gown, then seriously, we can turn this into a Latin dress for you, and that would be a really easy thing for you to do if you know how to sew. That is it. We are going to go back to work here because we got to finish this dress. She's wearing it in next weekend. Yeah. So we're going to stop talking now and get back to work. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please tell your dancing, skating friends. Share the video, send them the email. Also, go to seamsensational.com, sign up for the blog, and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much.